everybody. I'm Lori, and I'm continuing with my mission, Operation Embrace Freedom. George Washington Carver said, "Education is the key to unlock the golden door of freedom." Education makes us free from ignorance. And I know ignorance sometimes can sound like such a harsh word. None of us wants to be called ignorant, but we all are ignorant about certain things. But we don't have to remain ignorant. We can educate ourselves. In fact, as long as we're living, we should be learning and growing every single day. We can't be truly happy unless we're learning and growing and expanding ourselves every day and becoming more and more free from ignorance. How do we become free of ignorance? Well, one of the best ways that I know is to read books. There's a saying that those who learn more earn more. Speaking of earning more, when two of the wealthiest men in the world, Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, were asked if they could have any superpower, what superpower would that be? Bill Gates said he would like to have the superpower of being able to read books faster. And Mr. Buffett agreed, and he said that he had wasted too much time because he could not read books fast enough. So there's also another saying that is, success leaves clues. So maybe we can take a page out of their book, and if we want to earn more, we can learn more. Because studies show that many of the wealthiest and most successful men and women in the world are voracious readers. So we should be reading and learning and growing every day too. Not just to earn money, but it makes us better people. The more we learn and grow and better ourselves, the more we're able to give to others and to serve others and develop our talents. A really good book that I read last year that I can highly recommend is called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. And it talks all about how our thoughts affect our behaviors and the outcomes in our lives, and how if we can just realize errors in our ways of thinking, we can correct that so that we can have better, more fulfilling, and happy lives. The other book that I highly recommend that I read last year was one of the classics. It's by Leo Tolstoy called Anna Karenina. It was a fantastic book. He did such a great job of developing the characters. It was a huge book, but it was so exciting and I enjoyed it so much that I couldn't wait to get all my chores done and all my necessary things around the house so that I could just go and lose myself in that book with those characters. And I know a lot of you have heard the disappointment and the sadness when you finish a book because you're not going there to be with those characters every day. I did indeed feel like that when I finished reading Anna Karenina. So much so that I encouraged my teenage daughter to read it, so we're reading it again together this year. A couple of books that I'm reading right now that I can recommend. The first one is called The Mind-Gut Connection. Most of you would be like, that doesn't sound very interesting to me. But those of you who are into nutrition and how what you eat affects the body, The Mind-Gut Connection is really a good read. It talks about how what we eat affects the bacteria in our body, which in turn affects how we think and our moods and the cravings that we have. So highly recommend The Mind-Gut Connection. Another book that I'm reading right now, I'm usually reading a few books. I've got some on Audible, depending on what room of the house that I'm in or just what mood I'm in. Blessed and Unstoppable is a fantastic book by Billy Alsbrooks. He's got scriptural references in here just to motivate you to be the best you that you can be. If you're not quite sure if you want to order this book and what it would be like, I would encourage you to go on Amazon and just type in Blessed and Unstoppable. And if you need to be motivated, this guy can really motivate you. So, if you haven't had a library card in a while, I would encourage you to go get one and start reading some of those classics. Read for enjoyment, but also read to learn. And I'd just like to leave you with one of my favorite poems about reading by Emily Dickinson. There is no frigate like a book to take us lands away, nor any coursers like a page of prancing poetry. This traverse can the poorest take without a press of toll. How frugal is the chariot that bears the human soul. So I want to encourage you to embrace freedom from ignorance. Start reading books every day, developing your mind. get excited about learning and reading again. So if you are a regular reader, don't forget to leave something in the comments about what you've been reading, why you would recommend that book, and what you learned. And if you haven't been reading on a regular basis, I want to encourage you to go get a book and start reading and embrace freedom from ignorance. I want to hear how you're learning and how you're growing through reading. Thanks for stopping by and watching my video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.